Well, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Osco Stick, yes, we need some red stripe, my man. We're going down to XP72's neck of the woods, headed down to Jamaica, down to Kingston, Jamaica right now. There's a really large hurricane moving towards the island. In all seriousness, if you are in the path of destruction, make sure you are taking all available precautions. We're going to simulate a pseudo relief flight here. We're going to try to fly down into the hurricane and get some supplies or get some people out. Thinking about, depending on what the weather does, we might do a second leg. We might do Jamaica over to Grand Cayman. It's like 200 miles. Just if the weather's moving in even closer, we might do that as well. And then tomorrow, we might do a 777 relief stream with a freighter in and out of there. We'll see. I was going to do the 777 today, but I spent too much time trying to get it sorted. I had to get all my new views bound and everything. It was just taking too much time. So I Alt F4'd that idea. We're back in the 737 MAX. We have the 737 autopilot panel and FMC. It's going to be a fun one. I think the winds are blowing 30 knots down there right about now, so it should be interesting as we take the iFly 737 MAX down to Jamaica. So let's get it going. Zach, what's going on? It's going to be one bumpy ride. I think it will be. Dougal McTavish is in the house. What's going on? Classic Jet Sim Pilot. How you doing, my friend? Hayden J. Robbins, the Speedbird is here. Good to see you. Liam, 66 months. Appreciate you. Can I place an order for 5 cases of Jamaican rum? We're going to need a lot of Jamaican rum on this one. That is for sure. We're headed to Kingston, Tyson. That's the southernmost part where I think the weather is going to be the worst right now. So either Kingston or Montego Bay if we need to divert and get some worse weather. But right now I think Kingston's getting hit pretty hard. So am I using the Bravo Quadrant? I am using the Bravo Quadrant. I heard they have a bobsled team. They do. I know. Touche. Ding. All right. Remember, booze and turbulence don't mix. That is true. That is true. Go Broncos. Jeez, Tyson. What's up? Jeremy Harvey's in the house. Good to see you as well. Welcome in. Welcome all. Make sure WinWing Cam works. Yes, it does. There it is. WinWing Cam. How you doing? Absolutely love it. Well, without further ado, let's go ahead and go live, get this Max fired up. I need PMDG NGs. I am itching so bad for NG 737 flights. I've even entertained the idea of stalling 2020. I can't do that though, right? We can't do that. But I really am missing the 737 NGs. So let's hop into the airplane here. We're going to get it fired up. Before we do that, oh, Chad, I forgot to launch the iFly plugin. Stand by. Hopefully we don't have to reboot. We may have to do a little rebooting. We shall see here. Hold on. It's gonna freak out for a sec. Hopefully that doesn't screw up the WinWing stuff. We'll see. We shall see. Let's go systems page, sim menu, ground support. Let's get the electrical. Let's get the air conditioning connected. We need both of those. We need ground power and air con because it is hot on this puppy here. We'll initialize the flight. And with that all done, I think everything looks good over here. So we will go, let's bring up the FMC cam because we're going to be plugging away. And let's fire it up. Let's get the battery switch on. Yes, we're coming to life. We are coming to life. Get the sounds turned up. Beautiful. Get the ground power on. Ground power emergency lights are armed. Going back to the top of the overhead, let's go into the align nav. Align nav. That looks good. We'll get the yaw damper on. Actually, no, we're too early. That yaw damper can stay off. The fuel pumps can stay off. Everything looks good. We'll get the position light on. No need for logo lights. Seatbelts off, no smoking is on. Hydraulics, A's and B's are coming on. APU bleed is coming on. We'll go left pack auto. Actually, we'll do that off for start, and then we'll get it ready to get the packs blowing when we get the APU running. And window heat, we'll turn those on right now. Looking good over there. We'll reset the master caution. We'll do a magic barrel ref. Let's come down here. And I'm trying to see. We don't even need to be down there. We just come up here. We'll do FMC on the little. Oh, so much fun! I love it. Pause and knit. So we're going to go to the next page, GPS left. previous page. We'll put you in there. Route, we'll activate this. We're going to be going from Fort Lickerdale to MK. I always mix the two up. MKJP. 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 And we'll do a request. Get that going. What's up, AvGeek Rider? Good to see you. Alexandra Bellini, welcome in. How you doing, Alexandra Bellini? Hope you're having a wonderful morning. Taff in Jamaica, 120 at 3.5, gust 60, thunderstorm, rain, squall line broken. Oh, baby. It's going to be spicy. It's going to be spicy. 35, gusting 60. Let's do it. Let's do it. Have I heard yet what you'll be flying in the new company? I have not. Trust me, once I do know, I will let y'all know. I will let you know. I'm going to, for my own juice, I'm going to turn up my panel light here so I can get a little background on my FMC. And we'll also get a little bit of background on the, is it the AFDS? No, which one do I want? Main panel? Yeah, main panel background light. We'll get that lit up there as well. All right, wonderful. Flight plan, activate, execute, perf and knit. Now we're going to do some perf and knitting here. Let's go to the payload and performance. And I also got to pull out my SimBrief weights so we can verify what we got. We've got a full load. Jeez. Weight and balance, we've got 100. This says 189, so clearly this is incorrect. But we'll take a full load of people, 178. We'll set that. As far as cargo is concerned, we're in kilograms, so we need to go back to menu, system page, sim menu, panel style, general, US system. We'll set that, done. Let's go back to the menu. This is like, it's pretty wild. Cargo. Do we have any cargo on? Payload is baggage 10,000. Ooh. So we'll load 7,000 and then we'll load 3,000. It'll be heavy. All right, so we'll set 7 and 3. Fuel, required fuel for this flight, 14,300. So since we're flying into a hurricane, we're going to bump those numbers up. We're going to take 15.3 would be an extra thou. Let's take 16,000. That'll give us plenty of extra gas. Oh no, 16,000. 16 goes here. All right, 800, 800, nothing in the center. All right, complete. That is done. So then we'll come over to my FMC. We'll do our gross weight. We'll do zero fuel, execute reserves of 3,000. Cost index will be 55. We'll throw that in there. We'll execute that. Cruise flight level. What did we file? We filed 33. 33 is set. N1 limit for takeoff. We're doing a TOB. Let's do a 29K thrust for takeoff. TOB is set. Takeoff will be flaps 5. CG, I'll put 25.7, 5.85 on the trim. Gives us V speeds 140, 142, and 152. All right, that brings us back to our legs page. And actually, let's go back to legs page, and then we're going to be doing departure arrivals here pretty soon after we get our clearance. So, let's get clearance. Unfathomable, yeah, the storm does look like it's going to be pretty bad. That's why I was saying, I mean, we're having fun, you know, flight simming today, but if you are in the area, the danger zone, make sure you are taking all available precautions. And we will be praying for the people of Jamaica, because it's going to be, it looks like it can be pretty bad. You know, hurricane forecasting is one thing, but this one does appear to be pretty legit in terms of severity. So, I'm trying to get my other chat box over here. Give me a second. All right, let's go ahead and call them up.
Exec Jet Tree 13. Ready to
just
copy
got cut
IFR
off.
clearance to Washington Dulles.
Who's going to Dulles?
Exec Jet Tree 13.
Well, let's get the ATIS while we wait.
temperature 30, 2.24, altimeter 2981, landing and departing runway 10 left, 10 right, 5G notice in effect. Advise on initial contact, you have information, Victor.
Information Victor. Alright, we'll go back to clearance. And let's go. Fort Lauderdale clearance. Good afternoon. Air Caribbean 357 clearance to Jamaica, please. Is it Air Caribbean? What's the call sign? Caribbean Air? Caribbean Airlines? Caribbean? I don't know.
Fort Lauderdale clearance, Caribbean Airlines 357. Good afternoon. Weather at destination is unavailable. You need to file a flight plan first.
What do you mean? Why is this doing this to me? I have a flight plan filed.
Caribbean Airlines 357, ready for IFR clearance to Norman Manley Airport, Astixia, or Telsonasi, Thurpo, Cortois, Squavra.
What? Beyond ATC, you're about to be dead to me.
Caribbean Airlines 357, Fort Lauderdale clearance, cleared to Norman Manley Airport. Reggae 2 departure, Ursus transition, then as filed. Climb via SID except maintain 10,000 feet. Departure frequency 128.6, squawk 0516.
All right, we're cleared to Norman Manley Airport, Reggae 2 departure, Ursus transition, then as filed, climb via SID, except maintain 10,000, departure frequency 128.6, squawk 0516 for Air Caribbean 357. Excessive bourbon language?
Caribbean Airlines 357, read back correct. Contact ground 121.4.
All right, FO's on it with a
start.
Reggae 2 departure, so I'll select Reggae 2. We're going to expect 10 left.
When ready. Caribbean
So
Airlines
10 left.
357.
Execute. That looks good. Ursus
Spirit
transition.
Wings
Execute.
993, ramp 3 for taxi via Delta, Charlie.
All right, so now that we got there, we'll go
Ramp 3
plan
for via
mode.
Delta, Charlie. Spirit Wings
I'm going to turn down beyond ATC. Let's go ahead and step through this. Let's throw the MFD over to the FO side because nobody cares about the FO. Let's step through this flight plan here. I'm going to zoom my range out a little bit. 20 miles. All right, that looks pretty good. And then we need an arrival going into... We need an arrival. What did we file? We filed Kino 3 to runway 12. So, if that's the case, I'll hit the departure arrival button here. And then we're going to go to arrivals, ILS runway 12, Kino 3. And the transition is what? Sav'em. Save 'em. Save 'em transition. Execute. We got to remember the localizer is offset as well. All right, back to our N1 takeoff page. All right, flaps 5, that all looks good. I think we're pretty much all pre-flighted and complete. So let's get our fuel tank pumps on. Let's get the APU started. Refueling's complete. Seatbelt sign can come on. We'll take a listen outside here. I have a feeling I'm going to need to launch auto FPS because I'm using a 2020 scenery. What's up, Vodka? Yeah, 2020 Latin VFR Fort Lauderdale gross. We're probably going to get stutters on the ground, but it's better than default, so we're going to rock it. I'll get my LOD, auto LOD spun up here. Hearing a lot of airplanes out here. All right, map mode. Let's go ahead and get our squawk code in the box 0516. 0516 is set. We'll put you on XPDR mode. That looks good. And APU is up and running on bus. No, it's not. Now it is. There we go. Ground power is coming off. Yaw damper's coming on. APU gen. Get the IFEs turned on. Let's get the APU bleed on. It is packs high because we need to cool the cabin down. Stat. And we're almost ready to go. Captain V1, how are you giving the best of luck? Doing good, man. Thank you for the 3-month support. Appreciate you. I think you have Bomb Tech as your FO. Guy went full Louisiana Creole. Oh, my goodness. All right. We got 10,000 feet, so we're going to be LNAV, VNAV off the ground. V2 speed is 152. We'll spin that in here. 152 is set. Flight directors, I need to recycle them. We're going to go master 1 on 2, 1FD2, and 152, 10,000. Runway heading off 10 is roughly 100. So that looks good. And I'm ready for push and start. Let's go.
Golf 4, request pushback and engine start.
Caribbean Airlines 357, Fort Lauderdale ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face west.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face west, Caribbean Airlines 357.
All right, push and start approved. Let me go ahead and just pull this out real quick. Fort Lauderdale. We need the
United 3872,
10-9.
ready to taxi to the active.
Where are we going? 10 left?
United 3872,
All right.
runway 10 left taxi via Tango. Tango 5, Bravo,
Cockpit to ground. Ready for brake release. H firm. Brakes
Runway
release.
10 left taxi
Clear
via
to push.
Tango.
Let us know when we
Tango
can start 'em
5,
up.
Bravo Alpha, United 3872.
Got a spiritual wings. Look at that spiritual wings. Look at that beautiful yellow bird there. Oh my gosh, we got to turn the freaking things off. System page back. Panel style miscellaneous. Sun visors open. Done. Look at that banana bus. What a beautiful airplane. 650 NK, huh? Grounded cockpit, you're clear to start. Copy, clear to start. Grounding 2, here we go. Packs are coming off. Bleeds on. Grounding 2. Turks, what's going on, buddy? Fort Lauderdale, yuck. That's better than loading into default Miami. Cockpit around, push complete, set brakes. Brake set, clear to disconnect, show me the pin out front. Talk to you next time. Golly. Some of the best in the game, isn't it, Dougal? Good start on 2, grounding 1. Here we go. Oh, we didn't isolate and ventilate. Is it too late? How do we isolate? Isolation closed, ventilation high. That's how we do it, right? And number 2 on.
United 3872. Contact Fort Lauderdale Tower 119.3.
Over to Tower 119.3 United 3872. Have a good day.
Twistboss, yeah, I've heard of that. I've heard that the NOAAs had to abandon their flight into the eye walls. The turbulence was too bad. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad if the NOAA guys aren't going to be flying into the hurricane. That's scary. All right, 2 good starts. Let's go on. It's hot. Auto. Those are all set. That's coming on. That's coming on. That's all good. Gen 1, Gen 2. APU. Bleed is off. Isolation is auto. APU is off. Cont. 330. Landing altitude is 10 feet. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and select flaps 5. Flight controls. Timu and correct. Alright, check. Flaps 5 trim set, transponder. I'm just going to turn it on so I don't forget. The TAR brakes release, takeoff config checked. We're looking good. Alright, let's rock and roll.
Caribbean Airlines 357 request taxi.
Caribbean Airlines 357. Runway 10 left taxi via Bravo 8, Tango, Tango 5, Bravo, Alpha.
All right, we'll taxi to runway 10 left via Bravo 8, Tango, Tango 5, Bravo, Alpha, Caribbean Airlines 357, BO.
Sure, whatever he said. Alright, here we go. Taxi lights coming on. Bravo 8, Tango, Tango 5. Alright, enter Tango 5, Bravo. It's Tango 5, Bravo. Alright. We'll go to the inner line. We'll split the difference here. We'll go between the inner and outer line. This is Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lickerdale. The hurricane's staying in the same spot? That's not good. When it slows down, then that's what causes the severe flooding, right? It's just not moving. Jetable. Is this the last airport you departed from on VATSIM? So, AJ. Is it? I think you're right, AJ. Because we were flying to Fort Lauderdale. We were flying to Miami when we got stream sniped on VATSIM. We were in the FS Labs. So maybe we were in Jamaica or something coming up to Miami. We were in the FS Labs when they were stream sniping us. And I think that flight was going northbound to Miami. Alright, Tango, Tango 5. LAX, no. It wasn't LAX. So Tango 6, so we're going to take this direction here. We're going to go around the silver ATR that is no longer in business. That's sad too. So sad, man. Silver is no longer in business. Spiritual Wings is shrinking. Just more boring consolidation. Yeah, packs are at high because it's hot AF, dude. It's Fort Lauderdale. You ever been in the 737 at Fort Lauderdale when they don't turn the packs to high? I'd rather walk.
All aircraft be advised information. Whiskey now current. Altimeter 29er79er.
All right, Tango 5. All the way to Bravo. 29er79er is the current meter. Can't wait till this panel ships. 2979. So hot our captain is wearing shorts. All right, coming up on Bravo. Don't miss the turn. Like I said, I've only messed up taxi instructions a handful of times real world, and almost 99% of them have been in Fort Lauderdale. I don't know why. I think it is Cat 5. Yeah, I think it's Cat 5, Zach. Whoa, American. What in tarnation was that?
American 2945. Ramp Romeo 19er taxi via Delta.
Okay, I guess we're giving away.
Tango. Ramp Romeo 19er via Delta. Charlie Tango 5 Tango.
I guess we'll give way. We'll give way to Turks. What's up, Turk? Is this P3D? It sure looks like it. The wings do, don't they? Yeah, man. Yeah, you can definitely tell. You can definitely tell. That looks like the FS Labs 321 Neo right there. Look at that. Yeah, see, I miss the NGs with the Borris audio pack. When you just bump the thrust levers, you get that, you know, that sound. Golly, I'm so tempted to install 2020 just to have Borris audio pack 737, man. I'm so close. I'm so tempted. But then I gotta get my computer's gotta get all optimized. Like, my computer's not optimized for 2020. My beacon light is off. It is. Is in op. So I was going to do the 777 today. I was getting the 777 freighter, but I figure we'll do 777 freighter. What I'm going to try to do is we might end up doing like some type of legit like donation stream for Jamaica on the 777 freighter, and like I'll try to set it up through YouTube so it's a what's it called? Like a fundraiser stream. That's what I'm going to try to set up. Blackbird Controls, what's up, my friend? Dropping 10 gifted subs. We are using the Blackbird tiller. That's what we got. You can barely see it there, but we're using the Blackbird tiller today. We are actually using the Blackbird 737 levers as well. Still waiting on a camera to show up.
Caribbean Airlines 357. Contact Fort Lauderdale Tower 119.3.
They put taxi here on the taxiway for AJ
Caribbean Airlines 357.
because he likes to land on the taxiways. Thank you again, Blackbird Controls, for the 10 gifted subs. If you haven't already, make sure you check out Blackbird Controls. Friend of the channel. Rocking his hardware right now.
Caribbean Airlines 357, Fort Lauderdale Tower, wind 130 at 11, RNAV to Merely, runway 10 left, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 10 left, aeronaut to Mirsterly, cleared for takeoff. Caribbean Airlines 357.
This FO has definitely had some red stripe, my man. This guy has had some red stripe today. All right, we are cleared to go. Line up and wait. 10,000 is set. RNAV to Marley. Flaps 5, 152. Auto throttle is armed. What the hell? All right. Runway heading checks. Spool them up. What is it, 40%? Yoga's in chat. Let's go. Scheduling went deep into the reserve pool. Toga. N1 Toga. More forward pressure on the yoke. There goes the flight director bar. Throttle hold. 100 knots. Check. Rotate. Up we go. Positive rate. Gear up. Fly with. Watch your ears. Oh, look at that. A simultaneous departure with spiritual wings. Oh, that looks beautiful.
Caribbean Airlines 357, contact Miami departure.
Contact Miami departure, Caribbean Airlines 357.
There he is right there. All right. VNAV.
Miami departure, Caribbean Airlines 357, 1,500 feet.
Flaps 1.
Caribbean Airlines 357, Miami departure, radar contact, climb, maintain, 1616,000.
Climb, maintain 1616,000. Caribbean Airlines 357.
16,000 is set. Flaps up. Traffic's in sight. Oh, look, there's the Spirit right there. Oh, that's why we're getting a traffic call. We're off the departure, chat. We're off our departure. Let's come back to our left.
Miami departure, JetBlue 2851. Good afternoon, 1,300.
All right, flaps up, gears up, auto brakes off.
JetBlue 2851, Miami departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 10,000 feet.
Climb and maintain 10,000 feet. JetBlue 2851.
Got a lot of aft trim here. There we go.
Sun Country 754, contact Miami Center on 30.5.
Looks like they're going to turn Spirit behind us.
75, Sun Country 754.
That is a nice view right there. That departure was symbolic, Captain Sim.
Miami departure, American 1424,
Thanks for
800
the
feet.
super chat, man. Right in the fields, dude. Right in the fields.
Climb and maintain flight level 180, American 1424.
All right, let's turn the sim sounds down a little bit so I can hear myself think. Beautiful breakout. Oh, I forgot to put yoke cam on. We had it on Blackbird tiller cam during takeoff. That was mid. Sorry, guys. Get it back in the flight director there. It's already bumpy. That's not a good sign. V1 to Caribbean Airlines confirmed. What's the headquarters for Caribbean Airlines? St. Martin? $10,000 feet. We're just on a straight line. We'll turn those off. Turn you off, 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 off. Logos off. All right. Wing lights off. Cabin's looking good. Accelerate out to 16,000 here. I'd like to get direct. Let's give ourselves a direct so we can play with the box. Clear direct reggae. Direct reggae. Boom. Execute. Hide the FCU for now since we don't need it. I didn't call this weekend. Something came up. Drama with my daughter's sleepover with her friend. Uh-oh. Hope all is well, Blackbird Controls. No worries, man. I had some dramas going on myself.
Caribbean Airlines 357, contact Miami Oceanic 123.775. See you.
center on 123.775, Caribbean Airlines 357. See you.
See you. Trinidad and Tobago. Oh,
Miami
all right.
Oceanic, Caribbean Airlines 357 through 13,600 for 16,000 feet.
Long John Silver, what's going on, man? You're in Cayman right now, and I'll probably be sending utility linemen to Jamaica to help recover efforts. Absolutely, man. Stay safe.
Climb and maintain flight level 330, Caribbean Airlines 357.
330 set. Oh, it's so much easier not having to manipulate your mouse and come over here and scroll for 45 minutes. All right, let's go Commande. And let's go direct, let's give ourselves direct to Nino. Watch this. Who's ready for a cinematic shot? We're gonna go Nino, bring it to the top, execute. I could do that all day. I'm just gonna fly in a zigzag pattern. Tor Lion, thank you for the 25 knock. Appreciate you, my man. Hope all is well. Thank you for the super sticker, man. Very kind. 737 pilot confirmed. No. No confirmed yet. My girl is 42, still getting drama, says Dougal. Oh boy. Yep. I can believe it. Yeah, Dynasty 001. Those are always the airline shots when you make that turn. Why is the airplane so loud? I wish I'm used to the Borris headset. Is that on this airplane? Like, you know, there's a headset jack on the NG sound pack. Oh, let's get the jump seat out here. Look at this thing of beauty. What a torture device that is.
Caribbean Airlines 357, you're off course.
Yeah.
Direct Passel. Resumo navigation.
Yeah.
Affirm. Clear direct Passel, resumo navigation, Caribbean Airlines.
Yeah, I know I'm off course. On purpose, so leave me alone. I'm playing with my FMC, alright? 18,000 feet set standard. Standard is set once, twice, thrice. Beautiful. That is the jump seat, Alexander Bellini. 3 greens, my man. How you doing? What's up, V1? Got a job flying the RJ-85 yet? No RJ-85 just yet, but we're getting close, man. We're getting close, right? We're getting close flying an RJ-85. Thank you, 3 greens, for the 30 months of support. Hope all is well to you. Happy Monday, man. I do have noise canceling. It's in the EFB. No, isn't there a switch, though? Where's the switch? I thought on the NGs there was like a, you could click something on the radio panel, and I don't remember which buttons it was. Wow, it's so washed out here. Remember what switch it was? The headphone click spot is much better than putting on the FB. Yeah, so I thought we had the click spot. I'm pretty sure there's a click spot, at least on the NGs. Turk says, I always told people when I go back to Boeing, I'm 100% going to forget to engage nav when going direct after flying heading, get spoiled by the bus. Yep. You plan to go back to the Boeing, Turks? Take a little left seat Boeing action? Has anyone ever tried the Microsoft A&R sim? No, I haven't. If you're in a 777, you could be doing 3,600 feet a minute. I know, Flight Sim Guy. Well, I'm thinking, Flight Sim Guy, what we'll do is we'll do a super short 777 round turn, or round trip from Grand Cayman. We'll go Grand Cayman, Jamaica, and back. Turks, what day is the ceremony? Is the ceremony same as the dinner on night 1? I was going to ask you about that. I just got the confirmation for all that, and also, it says you can bring wifey to the first day, right, of stuff. I just said yes, bring her, but then I don't want to be the only guy that's like, have my wife show. Let me be that guy with my wife in class. But I don't know. I mean, that's the pretty important stuff, I think, right? For I don't know. I was gonna ask the class date chat about who's bringing their significant other for the first day of class versus the dinner. All right, we're getting ready for another cinematic shot here. Once we make the turn at cruising, it's going to be straight shot into the hurricane. It was the boom mass switch on the sound packs. On the Max, it's only the EFB, says AJ. Ah. Rip. All right, well, I don't want to use the EFB for that. A&DB, truth. True. Wide body FO, it's by far the best job in the company, and yes, bring her to the class the first day on the wing ceremonies first. Okay, cool. Perfect. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, Turks, like a lot of information, you know. That way, she doesn't have to say, well, you never told me how to do this. Thank you, Turks. Yeah, that's the plan. We're already lining up sitters for that, so we are ready to go, man. I'm super pumped. I'm excited. I'm really nervous because I just got an email confirming the acceptance of my resignation. And I have a Fenix flight coming up on Friday. I'm trying to get a sitter for that so I can take my wife with me on my last flight. But, yeah. In the turn. One thing I love about the Max are the large screens. See, I'm so opposite, man. I can't stand the large screens. Too modern. Might as well be in a 787, you know? Might as well be in a 7.8. 7.3 has got to be the old school. I mean, it's been so long since I've seen an NG cockpit in the sim. How long has 2024 been out? Almost a full year now? So, if it's a full year, that means I haven't seen the NG cockpit in Microsoft in over a year. Which is wild. A lot of unused real estate, I know. Is the last flight going to be emotional? Absolutely, Bill's Mafia. Yeah, because that's like, it was never in the plan to leave, you know? Like, I never thought, like, everything was great. And, you know, you just never expect the wheels to fall off, rather. John, unknown yet, TBD. I think any aircraft that I fly that's not a 172 from now on is a wide body. Yeah, slow. That's my thing. To put in, you have these large screens now in the Max. No ECAM. No ECAM. What's up with that, Boeing? Yet you want to change the FMC a few degrees, or a few buttons. There we go. Let's go full screen. Let's make sure our weather is on. Weather radar is on there. Do I have to turn anything on down here? Auto, norm, auto. I think it's just on, right? I don't have to flip any other switches. Well, that's a question. Does the Max even have weather radar? I'm going to be really upset if the Max doesn't even have weather radar. Jacob, you remember being there for your dad's last P3 flight when he retired? Man, that's got to be emotional. I love PMDG, but I think they're failing to innovate and compete. I don't know, man. We'll see what they release with this NGs. I think they're really trying to make them a true native 24 airplane, which, I mean, it's not as easy as people may think, man. Talking to people like Black Square and other devs, I mean, it's not just a seamless transition to work on two sims, so they got to learn the new kinks of it and everything. And I don't think they're just trying to push it through to make it flyable. I think they're going to release something pretty good. I think they learned from the 777. I think the 73s are going to be the best rendition that we've seen of the NGs. I agree, though, Dougal. I agree. That's why I bought a panel for it, Dougal. I got tired of winding it in. Giles, you just did a flight in the 340 into Kingston. It was challenging. Oh, that would have been interesting, taking the 340 into Kingston, too. iFly does not have weather radar. Are you kidding me? We need a Temu sticker. From what I can remember in the PMDG's forum, they said they're working on some new features even 777 doesn't have. They think people are going to... Yeah, I think so too. I mean, did you see the screenshot that they posted of the doorway? Looked real life. It looked real life. Christopher Robinson, TBD on that. TBD. We've got an eCam, that little thing with the light up words that you press every now and again. Yeah, the recall. Yeah, that's your eCam. You have all this big space, and that's all we got right there. Unbelievable. All right, 30 for 330. What do you say we go direct Borris on our FMC? I think we shall. Let's go to Borris. Put it on the top. Execute. Oh, it's so fun. I don't know why that's so fun. Why are the wings almost satin silver? Because the wings are from P3D, my friend. I love flying the iFly Max, but you look a little below the surface and you realize the PMDG has a lot more depth. I think that's, yeah, Slow, I agree. I think that's kind of the conclusion we came up to with our NG driver that stops by the chat. The Max does some cool things, and the sounds are great. But now that you have Borris sounds on the NGs, like, come on. And just look at the leading edge, man. This is exact for all of you that flew in P3D, or maybe still do. This should look very familiar to you. Just the way the slat and wing texture look, 100%. 100%. Look very familiar. What people don't know is the Class D V1 is talking about isn't for another company. He's going to Embry-Riddle, starting over with fresh Riddle student debt. Exactly. Turks, you spilled the beans. I know. I need to go to Riddle. I need to get, a couple $100,000 in debt, and maybe get hired as an instructor. Build some time. Nightbot is way off. What is Nightbot? Oh, yes. I forgot to update Nightbot. Who requested a route? You guys should know where we're going by now. James, your last flight was an L1011 ATA. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for the L1011. So many good liveries. ATA, American, United, Delta. Delta black nose L1011 looks peak, man. That was on a level off. She's probably going to yell at us for being off course here for a moment, but that's all right. Thank you, Anatico. Dad was with TWA 70s, 1011s in the 70s. By the mid-80s, Mad Dogs and no more non-stops. Whew. Are you also waiting for a 220? Nah, it's just a phase for me right now. Now I will probably fly it. I want to check it out, see the sound, see how it handles and stuff. But just on a personal preference level, I'm not really a huge fan of the 220. I think they look cool. I think they're cool looking airplanes. We'll turn the seatbelt sign off. Might as well start smoking now. I think they look cool from the outside, but I don't know. They just don't do it for me, man. It's just a glorified regional jet with a bunch of glass and super automated, So on a personal level, I'm not too much of a fan, but I'll definitely want to fly the one in the sim, check it out and stuff. But I would much rather have a like a DC-9 or name any regional Jetstream, a CRJ 200 from PMDG. Like, I'd rather have those than a 220. In real life, I like flying the Max. Well, true, Alan Clark. So, as a passenger, I like being on the Max over the NG as well. My last NG experience was pretty miserable. Well, one flight was pretty miserable. The other one was okay, except it was extremely long, and I was flabbergasted at the route that was flown by the crew. There was a massive storm rolling into Dallas, and it didn't go too far south. It pretty much ended around Waco, but it was a solid red line, basically from Waco north. And I saw the pre-flight route. I saw that they filed north of the storm, try to go north over St. Louis, east, and then come back around. But it was moving north and east. So I was like, surely they'll change the route and go south, take the south route. No, we flew all the way north. They tried to get through it. They couldn't get through it. They ended up holding because I think DFW shut down the arrival corridor. So we held for 45 minutes or so with 4 kids on a 5-hour flight. Talk about gouge your eyeballs out. And then they eventually took vectors all the way down south around Waco, then back up underneath, like I had originally hoped they would have planned to do. So I don't know what was going on in the dispatch office that day, or if that was an ATC mandated route or what, but I'd fight tooth and nail to not file that direction. Get hard with Delta to and fly us to CT for Thanksgiving. Let my daughter in the cockpit, and you won't be buying coffee for the next month. Nice, Mars. You're going to Connecticut for Thanksgiving? Very cool. You'd be shocked at how many times I suggested the captain I fly with to completely ignore dispatch flight plan and go the other way around the storm. That happens all the time here. See, and that Turk. So I'm going to have... That's going to be a challenge for me because I'm just going to have to sit on my hands. That's why I really prefer not to be on the same fleet type, because if I'm going to be new, I better be new. I want to be new on stuff that I don't know. But yeah, being a captain is like it's a different gig. I think, after when you upgrade and you fly in left seat, and it doesn't matter if it's at a regional or a 135 or a major carrier. It just felt different, like, I think that's just inherently part of the gig. Yeah, I know I'm off course. That's okay. I'm the captain. But yeah, having to sit on your hands and just, sit there and, yes, sir, gear up. That's going to be a little bit challenging. Come on back home to Georgia. No, KW. No, thank you, my friend. Are you running a 320 Neo? I am. It's the same type rating, correct. So the 320 type rating will type you on the 20, 19, and 21. The Neo, you just do a little bit of differences. You don't even do differences in the sim. At least we never did. It was just like an online course for the differences. And when you get tested on all the information for the Neos. So you have to know all of the information. But we're going over to Havana. Bye-bye.
Contact Havana Center 133.7, Caribbean Airlines 357.
I want to see who Havana sounds like.
Havana Center, Caribbean Airlines 357, flight level 330.
This guy smoking a stogie.
Caribbean Airlines
Yes, he is.
357, Havana Center, radar contact.
I love it. That's Havana Center, real life. Yeah, let's sit on this terrible jump seat here. Jump seat talk with V1 today. Do we have any sunshades in this airplane? The 7.3 doesn't have sunshades, does it? I don't even know. Look at this friggin' thing. Unbelievable. Matthew Summers, thanks for the 60 months of support. I appreciate you, my friend. Says, thanks for all the content, V1. Good luck on your next venture. Do you have any advice for me heading to 175 class in the next few months? That's awesome. Well, congratulations, man. Congratulations on starting at 00 and the 175. You're going to love it, man. Any suggestions for you or any advice? Know what to pack, right? Ask around. I don't know the training footprint. I don't know if you're commuting local or whatever to training. Just get the gauge on best things to bring, because there'll be some like nuanced thing that you're like, oh man, I really wish I would have brought that, or should have brought that, and then you have to buy it there or whatnot. So I would say packing list, get a good gauge on that, and just enjoy the ride, man. It's so many times we get caught up in, myself included, we get caught up in, oh, I just want to, you're looking to the next step, right? So as a flight instructor, I'm always looking towards, oh, these guys flying corporate jets, or these guys, I just want to go fly cargo, I just want to go do that. You lose sight of the importance and the excitement of what you're doing right then and there. And that just continues. When I was flying freight, I was always looking to the next step, flying corporate, flying regionals, I'm always looking to the major carriers, right? But then you look back when you finally get to the end of the road and you're in a major carrier, you're like, wow, maybe I should have enjoyed that a little bit. Well, maybe I should have enjoyed, having a water boil in St. Louis when it was negative 27 degrees out there and I was in initial training on the 175, and, we were it was pretty miserable physically, but we had a good time, so just enjoy. Don't forget to enjoy the whole ride, man, especially when you start out at the regional level. Everybody's like, there's going to be a buzz about, oh, I got to get my time so I can go here, or I got to get my time so I can go here, or put my apps in here. Just kind of block out that noise and just enjoy the ride you're on, man, because I got to take my own advice on that too. I've definitely fallen victim to that. Turtle, thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, before you can add up the hours you have between sims, mine are 83, 292, Tuesday, for a total of 639 hours. Very good, Turtle. That's awesome, man. That's very cool, man. Thanks for the $5 super chat. I don't know how much sim time I have. I think I had Steam on X-Plane. I could probably look up my X-Plane hours, but no, I had standalone X-Plane. Yeah, I don't know how to look them up. But you probably have more than me, that's for sure. Turk says they almost always end up going the way I suggest. Just have to show them the movement of the storm. Feel free to give input. Almost everyone here was a captain somewhere else. Yeah, I figured as much, right? Like, hopefully everybody there has already been. I'm sure they have. But yeah, just taking the suggestion. What if you tell your captain that you were a 10-year captain? They probably wouldn't care. It doesn't matter, man. You're new, man. You just sit there and go along with it. Almost all the captains here appreciate the input as opposed to staying silent. That is good. And I will say, from being a captain, I have learned, and I can say from experience, I value the input from first officers. I do. I really, truly do. And that's one thing that you really don't know if it's going to be valued or not. If you've never upgraded, you're like, well, am I being annoying or am I overstepping? But once you upgrade and then you fly with somebody who brings a valuable opinion or a good suggestion, you're like, you know what? I'm glad they did that. And that's happened countless times for me. Like, hey, well, let's do this or let's do that. Or absolutely. Does it have sun? I guess, okay, no sunshade. You can flip the handles out, though. Yeah, I got that. What are the pros and cons of switching to 24? Well, it loads way faster. You don't have to download orthos. The flying feels better. It feels more organic. The visuals are better. They're definitely superior. Performance, it's going to be sim rig dependent. For me, 2024 runs way better than 2020 does. And it's the future, man. For now, anyway, for the next couple of years. Ocean Man, inner ear disorder causes you vertigo, prevents you from ever being a pilot, but I love living vicariously through you guys. Love the streamers. Ocean Man, well, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that.
Contact Havana Center 123.7.
Center on 123.7, Caribbean Airlines 357. Take care.
Thrust set, what's up, my man?
Havana Center, Caribbean Airlines 357, flight level 330.
Caribbean Airlines 357, Havana Center, identified.
Ryer, that's kind of a cool view right there. Have any of your FOs IRL been captains previously? Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, Mr. Martini. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I flew with a guy who was a A380 training captain at Emirates for a long time. I've flown with 25-year captains at Comair or ExpressJet, some of the failed regionals that they never thought they were just lifers. They were going to stay there. They were comfortable and they were living a good life, and then that airline shuts down, and what do? You got 5-10 years left, so you scramble, end up flying in the right seat. I mean, that's why you never know with this career. You never, ever know. I'm going to wait until 2028. I reckon they'll nail it perfectly on release. How long would it take to build up your seniority to your current status? Maybe never. Maybe never, Juhan. So, my current seniority percentage at my current operator, after 10 years, I may never achieve that seniority percentage for the rest of my career. So, we shall see. Now, I believe once I'm on property, there's like a seniority calculator, and you can calculate it based on your age and show you your stuff. But yeah. Speaking of weird career moves, one of my fellow engineers got fired last week, and they immediately offered me his job. That is strange, Stephen. Well, Turks, right now I've actually slid backwards to 35. I'm at 35% now with all of the reductions. I got up to 30.
Contact Kingston radar 128.1. Bye-bye.
But I think I'm hovering. Heck, I might even be, after the November 1, I may be even less than 35, maybe 36-ish. I'd have to look. But here's the thing. 30% seniority of nothing is not very good, right? Would you want to upgrade to captain again? Absolutely, Jeremy. Absolutely. And I was actually talking to the wife about that. And the thing is, I mean, there's going to be options, right? So, like, if this particular carrier, I mean, they do pay pretty well. So I've tossed around the idea, because we have family in different states that tend to have a little bit more junior stuff. So what if I have a free housing option in the California bases, I have a free housing option in the Phoenix base, and I have a free housing option in the South Florida base. So I've even tossed around, a couple years down the road, take first available into any one of those bases, get back in the left seat. But who knows, man? It's going to be a new journey, and I don't really know anything, and anything can change, right? You could have a Black Swan event next month, and then I'll be on the street furloughed with no job, right? You just never know. So you just gotta have a plan, but be ready to change the plan. But I do, Jeremy, inherently enjoy being a captain. And I think most guys do. I think most guys, once you've been in both seats, you enjoy the left seat. But I've also never been, like Turks was saying, the best job at an airline is wide-body FO, and I agree. I've actually heard that. That's been a fairly common theme throughout my career. I've heard guys say that because, I mean, you get paid really well. You don't have the stressors or the seniority hit necessarily of trying to be in the left seat. So if you can hold a good schedule, right seat, wide body, and you like that kind of flying, some guys argue that's the best gig in the industry, is a senior wide body FO. Make great money, great schedule. But it just depends, man. Dumb question. Can you explain housing again? I was just saying, Captain Minnesota, like we have family in different parts of the country where I could stay with, or I could bring my kids with for certain times. So if I'm going to go sit on reserve somewhere that we not necessarily have a house like our house, since our house is in Texas, if they want to go sit reserve with me for a month, like we can go to the in-laws house, right? And they can spend some time there because we homeschool our kids, so they're not going to get behind in school or anything. So it has options, which is the exciting part. There are different doors that are going to be opened. Turk says 35 at 12 years. Really? Really? It's that good? Well, for real? Damn. Okay, well, I take back what I said then about me never reaching where I'm at. Well, hot damn, dude. That gets me excited. It gets me really excited, actually. I was thinking, maybe I did my math wrong. Well, that's pretty awesome, dude. There you go. So you go. See? Broke my heart. 22 years. See? Broke my heart. That's kind of what I figured. Broke my heart. But that's also that's on the master list, right? So if you go to the narrow body list, I wonder what that would look like. That's the other thing that I'm, getting accustomed to would be like if you have different fleet types and how that affects your seniority. How do seniority percentages work? So the higher, or I guess technically the lower your percentage, the most senior you are, right? So the top 1% is very senior. So if you have 10,000, say you have 10,000 pilots, 1% is going to be 1,000 or 100, right? 100? I think it's 100. Don't ask me to do math. But the lower your seniority number, the better. This is the iFly Max 8, exactly. It is the iFly Max. And I think we should make ourselves have a little direct. Let's see, we are over... Yeah, let's go direct to MBOW. So we're going to go MBOW, we're going to go here, we're going to go execute. Yeah. Look at the clouds out here looking beautiful today. You're going to be off course again, according to Kingston Radar, or Havana Center. Yep. Turk says a good point, right? It's all about your seat and base seniority because that's what matters for you specifically. One base and one seat, meaning either left seat, right seat, what airframe you're on. Whatever that seniority is, that's the most important seniority number to you. Because that's what's going to dictate your quality of life. That's going to dictate your schedule. So if you only have one fleet type, right? So if you have one fleet type, there's less options. So your seniority is going to be a little bit harder, or it's going to be, how do I say that? How do I put that into words? If you have one fleet type, there's really not many options. Your seniority is only going to vary by base. If you have multiple fleets in a base, you'll have guys going to different fleets, which will kind of multiply the different type of seniorities you can be in. I'm behind the power curve here. You're going to be flying the Superior short-haul narrow-body fleet. Well, Stephen, as of now, I have no desire to fly wide-body. I never really have. So I don't see that changing, but we'll see. I'm still betting he'll be flying cruise ships for Carnival. It's very possible, Tyson. Very possible. Sorry for spamming the dumb question, but you get to upgrade a captain faster? No. Nope. The only thing that dictates if you can go from right seat to left seat is if your seniority holds it. So as people retire, as airplanes either come and go, there's going to be what's called vacancies, meaning that, okay, this particular vacancy we need to fill so many captain seats, because maybe, let's say they get an order of wide body airplanes. So now you're going to have guys that probably coming from the narrow body fleet are going to jump to the wide body fleet. Better pay, maybe they want to do that type of flying, schedule, whatever it may be. So when guys jump from the narrow body to the wide body, if the captain leaves from the 7.3, for example, since we're in a 7.3, now you have a vacancy in that 737 captain seat. So you have to fill it. How do you fill it? You run a bid, and a bid is going to award anybody that captain slot as long as you're the most senior guy that can hold it. And if there's, if you're, for simple math, let's say you're number 105 on the seniority list, and there's 100 narrow body captain slots that come out. Well, unless 5 guys bypass it, you won't be able to hold it. But let's say there's 10 of those guys that are retiring. So now, even though you're number 105, you can still slide into the left seat because there are some guys senior to you that bypassed that narrow body captain slot. So it's a very fluid thing, and it changes. It changes frequently, right? It changes with the fleet, whether it's being grown or shrunk. It changes with the amount of retirements. So generally speaking, the only way you get to the left seat, so let's say everything is static, your fleet number is static, and the only way you're going to get to the left seat is by the left seat guys retiring. So as they retire, there's nowhere to go. So then the left seat guy, or the right seat guy, moves to the left seat. And then that opens up a right seat. So where do you get guys to fill the right seat? You hire. So you hire a new pilot, they fill in the FO seat, somebody retires off the left side, now they move over, and you hire, right? So that's the static way of seniority movement. But then you got to throw in a whole bunch of other factors that come into play. Think the Comics can beat the Chiefs refs tonight? Ooh, I hope so. Chiefs aren't doing that hot, right? Best advice I heard was Colonel Chris Hadfield, who says
Caribbean Airlines
set small
357,
goals.
of course. Clear direct mobile. Resume on navigation.
Okay, thank you. Set small goals. That way it feels like you're winning all the time rather than one big goal that takes forever to achieve. Dash 8 command for me then. Here you go, 3 greens. There you go, 3 greens. And so the phrase that I liked, and I've been, I think it's also true, is I would rather be a big fish in a small pond than a big fish in a small pond versus a small fish in a big pond. Which one would you rather be, right? So you want to be senior, super senior guy at a very small airline that is subject to other things that maybe aren't larger carriers subject to, or do you want to be just kind of middle of the road at a larger carrier, right? So just depends, man. Current wins, Nightbot killed it. Thank you, Diego. It's just a taff. You got small fish in a big pond for you, Wingnut. Yeah. Well, you're pretty good at the small fish thing, so it makes sense. Less chance of my pond drying up. Exactly. So that, 100% accurate. 100% accurate. Now, obviously, the biggest goal would be to be a big fish in a big pond, but that ship has sailed. Do you get to choose what body type you get to fly? It depends, Captain Minnesota. Again, right? It comes all down to seniority. It comes down to seniority and vacancies. It depends if the vacancy is available. It depends if your seniority can hold it. It's a very fluid thing. All right, I'm looking at the flight tracker cam. I wish we had radar of the storm. Somebody posted a picture. Oh, that's pretty cool. You could see it's in a 340 departing. Wow, on the flight tracker cam. Check this out. I didn't realize you could do this. So I'm on the flight tracker, and I'm looking at this guy's... People are posting photos of the storm. That is so cool. You can do that on Volanta? So, here's our route. Guys are posting screenshots to the storm. This guy just departed Montego Bay. That is very cool. I didn't realize that. There's a lot of arrivals going in here. I'm showing you on the flight tracker cam. Very cool. Alright. What airport is that we just went over? Yeah, I like Volanta. We're just passing Ignacio Argamonte International. MUCM. That's that airport that we just passed under the engine. Uh-oh. Super chats from Wingnut. Look out. Look out. Tribute for fake PT6 complaints. Oh my goodness. Thanks for the $10 super chat, Wingnut. Appreciate you. Yeah, Wingnut's really salty about our PT6 flight later. He thinks that it's incorrectly simulated. He says there's 2 ITT spikes when you start a PT6, and I'm like, not really, no. I mean, I can see it. It levels up. It slows down, but he's trying to compare his T6 Texan 2 to the PT6. After 5 hours of researching, I will concede the PT6 start to TMU Sim 1. You are correct. No second ITT peak on small PT6s. Oh, there we go. All right, cool. Okay, so it's been settled. Well, thanks for the $10 consolidation prize. Appreciate you, man. Or I guess it'd be a victory prize. I will take that $10 super chat and put it towards a sitter for Friday. Should come out, man. You took some screenshots of the eye earlier, Andre? That's very cool. You need Volanta Premium to upload high-res pics. Oh, so am I on Volanta Standard? That's why I can't upload it. Well, so Wingnut, basically all you have to do is just listen to me, right? Just listen to me, and would have saved you 5 hours of research. Seniority progression happens fast here. For the next decade at least, I'm already 61% of all FOs across all fleets. Wow, that's pretty crazy. 79% company-wide. Very crazy, man. A broken clock is right twice a day. Well, hey, that's better than being right no times a day. Mr. T6 Texan 2 with no condition lever or prop lever. That's not turbo prop. It's like a... I don't even know what you call that. It's not even an airplane.
Avianca 033, contact Kingston radar 128.1.
Center on 128.1, Avianca 033.
I've only flown and learned Airbus and went to get the iFlat, try and learn Boeing. What are the most important differences to learn? That's a great question for Wingnut. So I don't fly the 737, so I wouldn't be able to tell you the proper differences.
Havana Center, expect radar vectors, ILS runway 12.
I wouldn't
radar vectors,
be the guy to
ILS
ask.
runway 12,
Let's do a
Caribbean
little cabin
Airlines
tour, though. It looks
415.
like there's an actual cabin situation going on in here. Oh, we got Pepto Lav. Welcome to P3D. We got a Pepto, or not a Lav, whatever this is, galley. Now, oh, look at this. Safety briefing. Wait. Can I click on it? Surely not. What? Oh, I forgot you can do all this. That's why your performance is so good. Hey. You can sit down and have a red stripe.
Havana Center, WestJet
This is a nice first class for
2600,
Caribbean Airlines,
flight level
73.
350.
Looks pretty comfortable. Wow, these seats are
WestJet 2600, Havana Center
pretty
identified.
cool. Can we do this? Oh yeah, look. Hey, we're locked in. This is for all my private pilot and commercial pilot members. How you doing? And now we go back to the standard freeloader section. You guys should ask Wingnut about the time he landed the 737 in Vegas and he popped all the overhead bins. It's a good story. That's pretty good texturing on there. Got the exit sign. We got the sky blue Boeing interior. Oh, it was LaGuardia. That's right, LaGuardia. My bad. How could I? LaGuardia. That's a great wing view. Why isn't my wing view over there? Where's my wing view bound? Where's my mid wing view? Right, so I have forward, wing. That's about right. That's where I had it. A little bit more wing. There goes
Caribbean Airlines for
Havana.
15, radar vectors, ILS runway 12. Report ready for descent.
Landed a 737 in Vegas or grounded.
Radar vectors ILS
He grounded it
runway
in
12 ready
LaGuardia.
for descent. Caribbean Airlines 415.
I will say
Caribbean
I'm
Airlines
proud.
for 15, Norman Manley
to
landing
admit-
runway 12.
I've only
All right, Norman Manley
Popped
landing runway
an
12.
oxygen mask
Caribbean
one time.
Airlines 415.
allegedly, but I have witnessed it more than one time. The expressway visual reminded me how much. Oh, too much of the boat. You went back to your old ways. They don't even I haven't been to LaGuardia in forever. Do they even shoot the expressway visual anymore? I don't think they do, right? It's just the RNAV now, or do they still issue the expressway? Because we got the RNAV or the RNP
Caribbean Airlines
now.
415, descend to flight level 280.
I just don't know if they publish it or
Descend
not.
to
I
flight
can't remember the
level
last time I landed
280,
LaGuardia. I used to do
Caribbean
LaGuardia a ton when I
415.
was living in Atlanta. Man, I would do LaGuardia turns. They were great. You start at
Caribbean
like
Airlines for
7
15,
a.m.
contact Kingston radar 128.1.
back by
Have a
10,
good
11.
afternoon.
Did that on Thanksgiving.
Center on
Got my
128.1,
$75 of
Caribbean
holiday
Airlines
pay.
415.
Was able to put the
Bye-bye.
turkey on the smoker, come back, and have Thanksgiving Day. Ah, into the lab. Oh, yeah. We got to do our business here. Ah, for those of you that have kids, you will appreciate those. Wait, was that a water animation, or is that was just the... I think it's just a shadow animation. Get some soap, no water, no soap, go figure. Return to your seats. There. United Rampy, what's going on, man? Welcome in. We're just messing around in the laboratory here in our Caribbean Airlines 737 as we get ready to fly into the teeth of a Category 5 hurricane. Hope all is well. Back in my day, we walked uphill both ways to the gym. Pretty sure I opened a bunch of overhead bins on the 7.6 during IOE in Spain at 3 in the morning. Oh, good morning, y'all. Wow. Excuse me, you're not allowed to use the first class lavatory. You're a Temu passenger. That looks like an American Airlines welcome screen, if you ask me. That doesn't look like Caribbean. Are they a One World partner? Well, then maybe they have that. The Max split winglets are beautiful. Is that what whatever these winglets are called? They're my favorite on the 7.3, or my second favorite. Oh, I don't want to mess with this because we might end up screwing something up. We don't want any WASMs. Let's just go back and sit down in our torture device here. The switches don't work. Temu 7.3. Hit the like button if you ever smashed your iPhone on this jump seat where you're trying to stow it for someone to go use the lab and you had your phone and not in the tray there. I gotta hit the like button for my own stream. I was hoping someone would see if this hurricane is even severe in Microsoft. Jeff Faviano, what's going on, man? We're gonna find out, dude. We're gonna find out. Planned my hurricane hunting trip, but don't want to be let down again. Ooh, what are you taking up, Jeff? C-130, YS-11, Bonanza, Marin, YS-11, YS-11. Drake says I've already hit the like button. C-130J. So I heard they actually, so they bailed out, I guess, Jeff, right? The real hurricane hunters had too much turbulence, or it was too severe. All right, Montego, Norman, Manly, and they're going to be landing runway 12. So I'm going to do clip utilities. Nope, go back. Edit clip, because that makes a lot of sense. Kino 3, is that what we're on? And then next page, or page down, to the offset ILS 12. Complete that. Kino 3 arrival. Off of Save 'em. Manly at 8,000. Let me make sure Manly is 8,000 in the FMC here. So if I looked over here, you probably can't see it. I want to get this camera like right here. But I need I need another camera and another camera arm so I can move the camera right over the top of the FMC. But it's in the box, 8,000. In the arc. Are we going to arc? Let's zoom this in here. Ooh, we do have the arc in the box. Put the data on there. So step through, that looks good. Arc to the ILS. 8,000, beautiful. We go missed. We're just gonna hang on to our butts. We'll go back to this mode. Let's put the, what is it? Isn't there a VSD button? VSD button right there. Beautiful. So we prep for our descent. I can't believe we don't have weather radar in this thing. That's unbelievable. No weather radar. ETA till hurricane. Top of descent.
Caribbean Airlines 357 Havana Center, expect Kino 3 with the Save 'em transition, runway 12.
That's what we just verified.
Expect Kino Tree
2023 sim time.
Runway 12, Caribbean
That's
Airlines
in 20 minutes.
357.
20 minutes. Turn terrain off. Turtle, thanks for the $5 super chat, man. I appreciate you. Says, hear me out. You and Jeff shared cockpit live stream. Dude, we got to do it, man. I would love it. I would love it. That'd be awesome. Oh, look, we're already getting some turbulence. I know, Osco Stick. I would love to see Jeff's rig if I'm ever in the vicinity. The freaking motion chair looks awesome, dude. His last C-130 flight, the last Hurricane, was a sweet. All right, 1-2 minimums. We still have to scroll it in for 44 years, so we're just going to do 270. Oh, it's 278, so it's fine. Barrow mins. I'm going to have to check my order to see where my magnetic switch is too. 278 in the barrel, we'll call it 280. We might need to slow down here. $280. Target speed, I'm gonna come off of that. Let's come back to 7. What's turbulent penetration speed in a 7.3 max? We're going to slow to 7.7 Mach. Hello, ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck. Just a little bit of update for you. We're currently about 20 minutes from flying directly into the Cat 5 hurricane here. So we're going to go ahead and get that seatbelt sign on towards the once it does. We'll land on for the duration of the flight. Do ask that you remain seated until we land or end up in the water. Just as a friendly reminder, the seat bottom cushion can be used as a flotation device. Right now, winds are currently gusting 60 miles an hour. Offset localizer 1-2 approach, so it should be fun. Once again, thanks for choosing Caribbean Airlines, and welcome to Jamaica. Kino 3, bottom is 8.
Caribbean Airlines 357 Kino 3 with the Save 'em transition, runway 12. Report ready for descent.
Roger. I'll scroll in 8,000.
Kino 3 with the Save 'em transition, runway 12, call when ready. Caribbean Airlines 357.
8,000 is set. See? Beautiful FCU. 8,000 is set. I'm thinking on landing, for landing camp, should I just move this right here? I mean, that's kind of funny. It fits perfectly.
Caribbean Airlines 357, contact Kingston radar 128.1. Have a good afternoon.
Oh, here we go.
Contact Kingston radar 128.1, Caribbean Airlines 357. Take care.
Seatbelt sign is on. We're going to leave the smoking sign off.
Kingston radar, Caribbean Airlines 357, flight level 330.
All right, so our VNAV path. Do I have to press VNAV again because I don't have the little VNAV thing?
Caribbean Airlines 357, descend to 400 feet, QNH 1004.
Descend to 400 feet?
Descend to 400 feet, Caribbean Airlines 357.
I'm going to rearm VNAV.
Caribbean Airlines 415, contact Manly, approach 120.6.
Hit altitude.
Contact Manly, approach 120.6, Caribbean Airlines 415.
There we go. Gotta arm it. We are armed. Open descent 400, speed brakes out. Here we go. All right, here we go. We're going down. Yeah, if we go down to 400 feet, we have problems, Chris. I know we need XP72 to do. We need XP72 to do a Beyond ATC voiceover. All right, we're already behind the VNAV path because Boeing is Boeing. Wow, oh, that I wish we had a weather radar. That looks pretty legit, right? Nice having a resident 7.3 expert here. I know, that's why I keep him around. Have I ever experienced an avionics bug in real life? Yes, I sure have. There's the north. That's normal. That's Manly, right? Or Montego Bay, rather. Oh yeah, we're starting to get bumps. Nice tiles in the ocean. I wonder why it does that. Wall is still way offshore, so we're not going to fly anything extra spicy. Let me do, let me see what the winds are. Manly, what is the winds at Kingston Airport right now for Caribbean 357?
Caribbean Airlines 357, winds at Norman Manley International are 140 degrees at 10 knots.
140 at 10? Doesn't seem legit. Look at the ocean waves down there. Whoa. We're already going to overspeed. We need to power it back, Chiefs. We need to, we need 330. Target speed, can I do 300? Speed brake, speed brake. Oh, that's not good. We can't slow down. you go any slower. Going backwards here. What's going on here? Big wind shift. Okay. So, we're not going to do that. Let's go vertical speed. Not 5,000. There's a call from Fokwa. 344 knots. It's alright, it's a Boeing. It's built for this. My goodness. We are in grave danger. I see lightning off the nose. Did you guys see that? Let's do a Magic Barrel ref update. Two-niner 6-3. I'm gonna get flight recorder ready. This is gonna be interesting. Full flaps can teach to start descent speed, consent descent speed. Thanks for the $3. That's Super Jet AJ. Full flap sim is gonna be flying Bonanza tomorrow. Wow, the lightning is popping off out there. It's midnight here in Dubai, and I'm watching V1 in a Max. This is real life, Chad. You're in Dubai, man? What's going on, dude? Quite. Oh, I know why you're in Dubai. Yeah. All right, let's do a level change, 8,000. Because we need to get this under control here. Thanks for the 50 months of support, Key 6. Hope you have a wonderful trip. Things go well out there for you. Man, we're definitely about to fly into some rain, though. All right. I'm gonna hide.
Expect a Maxi 7, runway 7,
landing.
JetBlue 21.
This is, isn't there? I thought there was default weather, Turk, but there is not. There is no weather radar. I thought there was. Weather A, it's on, but in the Max, it's still stuck in the P3D code. Man gain, nothing. Alright. Now we're finally starting to slow down. And go down, rather. Now we're going to go 250 on the speed. Yabalins. Vertical speed 600, so I can slow down here before we go through 10. Lights are coming on. That's on. That's on. Cont. On. Seatbelts are on. We'll keep the no smoking sign off because we're going to need it. Maybe in the next update, maybe weather. Excuse me, Captain, what was that noise up here? A passenger back named Wingnut said tighten up. You better tighten those seatbelts. I mean, that looks pretty daunting over there. That does look like a wall of death. That looks pretty daunting if you ask me. This could get spicy. What? What? Command A. Why did we lose the autopilot? Goodness.
Contact Manley approach 120.6, Caribbean Airlines 357.
Why'd the Timo disconnect? Why'd the autopilot disconnect? I didn't touch it.
We have hotel.
Alright, level change 8,000, 250 on this 1,000
approach QNH 100 for expect radar vectors for ILS runway 12.
Alright, we'll expect that.
QNH QNH 1004, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 12, Caribbean Airlines 357.
Okay. Michael, thanks for the 5 PLNs.
Caribbean
Appreciate you.
Airlines 357, fly present heading, descend to 2,800 feet, QNH 1004.
I want to fly the
Vectors
ARC.
for the approach.
What do we do, chat? Do we fly the ARC or do we
descend to
take vectors?
2,800 feet, QNH 1004.
Give me
Caribbean Airlines
2,800 feet? That's way low, my friend. The ARC is 5,500.
Caribbean Airlines for 15, descend to 2,000 feet.
Best I'll give you is 5,500 feet.
Descend to 2,000 feet, Caribbean Airlines 415.
We got 2 Caribbean Airlines coming in here.
Caribbean Airlines for 15, turn right, heading 205.
Turn
Hustle
right,
down.
heading 205, Caribbean Airlines 415.
All right, ARC it is.
All aircraft be advised, information India now current, QNH 1004.
What's the ATIS? No, that's not it. I'm trying to tune the ATIS so we can listen.
38. Temperature 26. Dew point 24. QNH 1004. Landing and departing runway 12. Transition level 180. Read back all hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact.
I wanna get a
you
wind
have
readout.
information India. Norman Manley Airport Information India. 2016 Zulu. Wind 120 at 27. Gust 38. Temperature 26.
We might be cooked,
Dew
chat.
point 24. QNH 1004. Landing and depart.
We might be cooked. I gotta announce back on frequency
Manly,
because I don't
Caribbean
remember what
Airlines
frequency we're supposed to be
357.
at.
Good afternoon, 6,200 feet. We have India on board.
We might be cooked. 30 knots wind.
Caribbean Airlines 357 Manly approach. Good afternoon. QNH 1004, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 12.
QNH 1004, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 12.
All right, best I can give you is 5,500 feet for the ARC, Chief. We're going to do that. And then inbound at the ARC 4,000 at Kino. We're going to fly the ARC. I'm not going to take a vector from beyond ATC on this one.
American 1400, contact Kingston radar 128.1.
Center on 128.1, American 1400.
Let's come back to 210. Not ripping in here. Zoom in on our flight track. Should I just ignore the victors and sometimes it goes well? If they get pissy, I disconnect. Yeah, that's what we did last time, Jeff. Flying in here, ironically, too. We just ignored them. Because I don't know if I trust this guy. He wants me on 2,800 feet out here? That seems sus. Very sus. Looks like we're getting ready to go through a rain band. Is there rain effects on the 737 teaming version? The trees look great down there, though. Is it still CFIT if we hit the storm surge wall? Thanks, AJ, for the $3 super chat. Controlled flight into storm surge wall. Wow, did we overshoot that arc? All right, coming in on the arc, Zinin. Kino's at 4, the highest terrain down there, the lowest.
Turn left, heading 075, Caribbean Airlines 357.
Yeah, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to fly the arc, Chief. So I'm going to go ahead and descend now to 4,500. Nice and slow. We're just going to vertical speed it. We're also going to slow to 180 alpha speed, and let's go flaps 5. I always do it wrong. I come to the slats when we're on the ground, and I go to the flaps when we're in flight. I thought for sure there was rain effects on this airplane. Is there no rain effects? 'Cause we definitely flew through some rain. When you are in a convective area in IMC using the radar to navigate, what colors will typically keep your aircraft up for the dangerous CBs? Thanks, Drew, for the $5 super chat. Well, if you're IMC and you got dangerous CBs around you, it may not always be depicted on the radar, but if it's red and purple, fly a circle. If it's green and yellow, keep wings level. Ideally, just stay in the green. Alright, 180, flaps 5. We're going to be 4,500 for Kino. I know we're slightly below the path, but that's alright. Did see a lightning strike right there. Back in my day, Wingnut does. You know who can actually? So you know, the first time I heard that Wingnut was what was his name? It was the dispatcher at my first freight gigs base in Oakland. It was like my first week on the job. And I came to him, I'm like, yeah, well, there's a little bit of this, so I'm thinking I delay for 20 minutes. And he looked at me like I had 4 heads. He's like, you're going. Oh, okay. Welcome to 135 Cargo. I had this whole elaborate plan, because you had to get a sign-off from the dispatcher, which I don't know why they called him a dispatcher, because you had to do all your own planning. Had this elaborate plan of how I was going to, delay the flight 45 minutes to an hour, then everything will be moved out. It's like, you're going. You want the leg cam on? All right, leg cam coming up. Just for you, Turk. We got lightning. All right, let's go ahead and arm the approach, shall we? Or do we have to do the VOR first? VOR. We're not getting approach mode. That's not good. Why are we not getting approach mode? Chief. Oh my gosh, because we didn't set anything. We're in a 737, guys. 1091. Oh my goodness me. How freaking bad can you be at this? Let's go 1091, final approach course is 123. We just caught it. We just caught it. We're going down to dive after it. Flaps 15. No? No flaps 15? There we go. VOR glide slope, we've got it. We probably shouldn't do flaps 40. Let's do flaps 30. Let's add let's add 5 knots. Let's do 150. Where's the horn? Is there no horn cut out for the 17? Right there. Right there. No horn cut out with flaps 15. You can't do that. Well, that's annoying. All right, fine. Gear down. Oh, now the horn goes away. Can't go flaps 15 with gear up. Alright, we're looking good. Single channel. We don't have it tuned on both, but I don't think we need it. I'll do it here real quick. 1091. Boom, boom. There we go. Oh, disarmed it. There we go. We're already captured. VOR. Low glide slope. We're on the slope, 4,500 feet coming down. Thanks, AJ. Recording's coming on. Remember, the localizer is offset. We'll keep that in mind. I don't like, there's too much going on with this view here. I just want like my normal. Let's just do that. Auto brake selection will be 2. Winds are 117 at 39. We have a 40 knot headwind right now. We're doing 150 ground speed at 180 knots. Lightning is popping off.
T500.
Right out of Timor alive. This is the iFly 739. Add 15 knots to VREF. I added 5. We'll be fine with that. Because it already adds 5 plus 5, so I'm already 10. I'm already VREF plus 10. We're flaps 30, 150 on the speed. Thanks for that for the $5 super chat. Says check out Full Flap Sim on YouTube. If you try to fly this thing, hashtag real pilot. Yep, I would defer all my 737 knowledge to Full Flap Sim for a few more weeks. All right, I'm going to select flaps 30 now. Flaps 30, 150 on the speed is set. Spoilers arm. Green light. Half the headwind plus all the gusts. Can I get a wind check? Oh, I'm not on tower.
Airlines 357, turn left, heading 0905.
No, no sir.
Turn left, heading 0905.
I'm going to tune the tower. Manly Tower, Caribbean Airlines 357 on final, runway 12.
Caribbean Airlines 357, Manly Tower, wind 120 at 27, gust 38. Runway 12 cleared to land.
Jeez.
Runway 12 cleared to land, Caribbean Airlines 357.
All right, flight director's off. Give me the bird, because we're offset here. Runway's inside. Oh my goodness, lightning strike off the nose. Final course is 123.
1,000.
1,000 feet, a little bit low, correcting, coming back. Ground speed of 110 knots. This is T6 Texan speeds here. Still a little bit low, correcting. Kind of surprised there's no rain. Brace for impact. All right, auto throttle's coming off. To be fair, I don't think I've ever landed the 7.3 in the sim not at flaps 40.
Approaching minimums. 300. Minimums.
Big gust of wind there. Big gust of wind there.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Check. Close.
10.
Hold the attitude. Wind. Gust. Float it for the butter. Spoilers. Reverse green. Look at that. Full flap sim who? Auto brakes off. Stow the reverser.
Caribbean Airlines 357, exit left at Delta.
Exit left at Delta, Caribbean Airlines 357.
She's a beaut, Clark. Can't get my reverser out. Why can't I get the reversers out yet? That's a problem. Whew. That's the airplane we were going to take, 777-200 Amerijet cargo.
Caribbean Airlines 357, contact ground 121.7.
Ground 121.7, Caribbean Airlines 357.
We did it. Barely legal, but we put some butter on that thing. Dude, we got, I mean, the gusts were right down the pipe. Definitely gusty, but they were right down the pipe. See the lightning offshot. Maybe you got a few minutes to still get out of here before the big eye wall hits. Those flaps are out of FS95. I would agree. Look at that. That's what we'll take tomorrow probably. Amerijet 7. Well, that's a 7.6. We're gonna take a 777-200 freighter. All right, let's park this thing. Let me stop the replay. Oh, any guesses on our landing rate? I do like this livery a little bit. It's growing on me. No VPAF, no HUD, no 2-minute cooldown. It's going to be recurrent for sure. Oh, I forgot. Do we have the HUD in this? Should have used the HUD, huh? I don't have it installed, though, on this particular model because I'm pretending it's an NG because NGs are GOAT. All right, brake set. We're not going to shut it down because they won't restart. So let's take a look at the replay. Wingnet says 69 feet per minute. That's very close. No, there's not going to be another leg, I don't think. Stand by. I don't think so. So let's go ahead and do a replay. Give the people what they want. We're going to disconnect from there. Yeah, sim HUDs. I don't like sim HUDs very much, man. I just can't. Maybe it's just the 7.3, but when I have the HUD down here, I feel like I'm looking at too much information. And it's hard for me to just pick a screen. Definitely need to train with it. Alright. That's been really... We're going to have to deal with the stick shaker the whole time because it's iFly. Let's take a listen to all this. Yeah, I don't like it either, Jeff. What we want is storm chasing and the black square bonanza. What we should take is the Starship, see if the Starship can survive. Now the rain's coming. I mean, that water looks pretty rough out there. Why do you want the FMS cam live? Trolls. Bunch of trolls. Look at the lightning, though. Lightning is popping off. AJ, where's your X-Plane 12 lightning? Is it still from Paint? Microsoft Paint 2000 ME edition? The draw a squiggly line. Man, I bet this storm is going to be pounding the island here. How long? How far offshore is it? Anybody know? Because it does look like we were a little bit early. The Starship does have weather radar, Lone Gamer. Yeah, properly simulated. You can ground map with it too. Limited ground mapping. Ooh, another lightning strike there. Hold it off. Big gust of wind. Oh yeah, I'll take that. Gonna get any reversers? No. No reversers in replay. Cool. No reversers. No engine sounds. Mid. Let's do Faviano replay cam though so we can see the touchdown. We'll come back here. Shift to showcase. Reset. Turn you off. Turn you on. Wow, it looks like there's some massive rain walls moving in though. Look at the sky. Yeah, I'm not a fan, Vodka, I'll be honest with you. I think I was a fan when it first came out because it's like, oh look, 737 in Microsoft. And then, yeah, the more I fly it, the more I realize it's just not, it's just so rough, man. Yeah, we're going to do 777 Amerijet freighter. That'll guaranteed be the next stream into MBJ here. Yeah, Sam, I totally agree, man. PMDG way more refined. Way more refined, Sam. Look at, I mean, you can see we're battling the wind a little bit there. It's just right down the pipe right now. So slow. Big old gust of wind right here. Power to idle, just hold it. Right there, I think, is where it hit. Just hold it off. Nice little kiss. Interesting touchdown effects. Yeah. Well, wasn't as exciting as I was hoping to. I think tomorrow will be a little bit more exciting. Amerijet freighter, we're going to go Grand Cayman. We're going to do a turn. So we'll actually leave here. We'll go to Grand Cayman with supplies and then come back. I think that'll be the tentative plan for tomorrow. Until then, I will let you enjoy a replay coming into Norman Manley International Airport. And I'm going to sign it off. It's been a long one. Been at the HQ all day long. So tomorrow, IWAL Ops out of Kingston. Dunzo. Sounds good to me. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm sorry the replay is so kind of bland with sounds. But I hope you enjoyed the flight. We had some good discussions. Got to hang out on the jump seat. Got to mess with the windwing panel, which I'm in love with. Can't wait for my auto throttle. Or auto throttle disconnect mag switch to show up. That would be fun. So, until then, enjoy the lightning out the right-hand side. 737 is too easy. I'm basically typing. You guys have been awesome. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'm V1. Catch you on the next one. See you!